Welcome my friends, Michelle here. I have a beautiful frosty and crisp winter wreath for you today. I found a gorgeous sign at Dollar Tree. There is snow place like home and knew I wanted to turn it into a beautiful winter wreath. Stay tuned and I'll show you how to make it. To get started on our frosty and crisp winter wreath, you will need an 18-inch wire wreath form. I did pick this one up from Dollar Tree. You're also going to need some white pipe cleaners cut in half. You're also going to need some regular deco mesh from Dollar Tree. I have 2 rolls of everything that I'm going to share with you. And then to add some more texture, I'm going to be adding some of their snow-covered mesh. Out of each roll of the snow-covered mesh, you should get 18 pieces. So if you have 2 rolls, that's 36 pieces. And out of the regular mesh, you should be able to get 30 pieces per roll. And since you have 2 rolls, that'll be 60 pieces in each color. I have my 2 rolls of the white snow-covered mesh laid out. I'm cutting it into 6-inch strips, and I like to use a rotary cutter. This really helps reduce frayed ends and gives you a nice clean edge. If you're unable to find mesh at your Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby and Michael's also carries 6-inch or 5.5-inch mesh. You can use that as well. Remember that their rolls are 10 yards and Dollar Tree's are 5 yards, so you'll only need to get 1 roll of each color for the wreath. Okay, I have the regular mesh laid out and I have 1 roll of each color. I have the white, the navy, and then the light blue. And I'm cutting it this way because that is going to be my bundle, 1 roll of each color. And then on these, I'm going to keep them just a solid blue bundle or a solid white bundle. You want to cut your regular mesh into strips at 6 inches as well. Each cut will give you a bundle. I have all my mesh cut into strips at 6 inches. I'm going to be using my handy dandy bow dabber. I like to use this when I make bundles. Now I'm going to be making 2 different bundles. Here with the snow covered mesh, we're going to be doing the ruffle method. You just start at one cut end in the center and scrunch up to the other. It comes out like a cute little bow tie. And I want to keep my bundles with the snow-covered mesh the same color. So I'm going to do 2 pieces of the same color for each of those bundles. Put your pipe cleaner around it. I always like to pull everything down so I can get a nice tight pinch and twist. And that's 1 bundle. For the blue, I'm going to do the same thing, 2 pieces, scrunch right down the center from one end to the other. In the description box below is a detailed list of all the tools and materials used in today's project. Now with the regular deco mesh, we're going to be doing the curl method, and you'll be adding 1 piece of each color. You just want to mix up however you put them in. You don't need to do it the same way every time. I like that it's a little bit more of an organic feel with the color. It'll still be evenly mixed, but the colors will be a little bit more predominant. I don't want a whole lot of the really dark blue to show, so I'm putting that more in the middle and on the bottom and only once in a while on the top, while I'm leaving the 2 lighter colors more on the top. Wrap your pipe cleaner around. Again, pull everything forward, pinch and twist. Cute little curl bundle. Enjoying the content and want to see more? Make sure to hit the subscribe button. When the notification bell pops up, if you hit that too, YouTube should let you know every time I upload new content. I'm making my bundles and I've started to add them to the wreath form. Look at how pretty that looks. Now I'm alternating between the inner and the middle bar and the outer and the middle bar. And I'm placing 2 of my regular deco mesh and then 1 of the snow covered mesh. You just want to mix them up as you work through. In each section you will be placing 7 of your regular deco mesh curls, and then in the tool you'll be putting 2 blue and 2 white per section. I really like the mix of the different blues and white plus the snow covered mesh. It really helps give you that winter crisp and frozen feeling. I think that mix is so pretty and it's really going to help set up our sign. Just continue to add your pipe cleaners until you get your section full. I always like to pull my pipe cleaners together and then I push them forward and move the bundle over. This helps to keep the back of your wreath looking nice and clean and professional. I have all of my bundles on and my base is complete. Look at how pretty all of those colors are together and the beautiful texture that the snow covered mesh adds. Really, really pretty base. And this is our sign that we're going to be attaching right here to the center. That's why I went with an 18-inch wreath form. Look at how big that sign is, but I still have plenty of wreath all the way around. Now to get this guy attached, here in the 2 holes where the jute cord was, I've used some floral wire. I like the silver floral wire that I pick up at Dollar Tree. It's 26 gauge and you get 100 feet. And then down here at the bottom, I've used 2 zip tie mounts or cable tie mounts. I've already added a pipe cleaner to this one. And I like these because I can just slip in whatever I'm going to use to hang. So if you want to use jute cord to tie it on or more floral wire, whatever you'd like, or even zip ties. I like to give my pipe cleaners a couple twists so they don't slide out. And now this is ready to go onto the wreath. You just want to take your floral wire and your pipe cleaners, feed it down through the mesh and attach it to the wire frame in the back. My sign is on, it's not going to go anywhere, and I really love it on that background. All the right colors to pull out those elements in the sign. Now I want to add some embellishments. I'm going to use some of these white snowflakes that I picked up from Dollar Tree. I think they come in a package of 10. I also have some table scatter from Dollar Tree. They have little silver and white snowflakes. I think I'm just going to be using the white. I also have a package of 7 silver ball ornaments from Dollar Tree. Half are soft and half are glitter. I really like these. They stand out and they shine. So I'm going to add those. Now I also bought these. I found at Dollar Tree. They're a really pretty blue and I thought they would look gorgeous. But the only problem is they blend in so much. You don't see them very much, so I'm going to go with these instead. I'll put these on my tree. And I have a package of 7. I really like adding these snowflakes to wreaths, especially around the sides. I like to separate kind of a top and bottom and then nestle it in. I think that looks really pretty, and you just hot glue that in. You want to make sure you get good contact with the mesh. And then these little guys, I'm just going to be attaching on top of the mesh, and I'm going to spread those out. These will be the last things that I add just to fill in those spaces. And then to attach these, there's 2 different ways you can do it. You can glue the top onto the ornament because these don't usually stay on super well. And then you can run a pipe cleaner, floral wire, and then tie it on. Or you can use hot glue if the wreath is going to stay inside, and if it goes outside, you want to use Aleene's Original Tacky Glue and hot glue. Hot glue will hold it there until Aleene's can set up. Once Aleene sets up, it is a weather resistant glue, so you shouldn't have any problem of your ornaments falling off if this wreath goes outside. Enjoying today's content? Please show your support by hitting the like button, leaving a comment, and sharing the video with your friends. Okay, I have all my embellishments in. I think it looks so pretty. I can still see my beautiful background, and it's highlighted with all these beautiful snowflakes and Christmas balls. Now I left this area open up here. I want to put a big bow. I want to have some short tails coming this way and then a couple long tails coming down on the side. I pulled out 4 beautiful ribbons for our bow. This one's 2.5 inches with that beautiful white background and the blue snowflake. This comes from Hobby Lobby out of the Robert Stanley collection. And this one I've had for a while. I've used it in some of my other snowman wreaths. I really love it. Beautiful blues and whites. This one I picked up from Paper Mart, 2.5 inches. These 2 are both 1.5 inches. I love using this one. It reminds me of snow, a really pretty white glitter craft outlet. And this one I like too. It also reminds me of snow. And this one I picked up from Michael's, 1.5 inches. I'm going to start with my snowflake ribbon. Okay, so I want to start with a shorter tail. I'm going to say maybe 6 inches. Pinch and twist. Today I'm using my Bow Dabra instead of my Easy Bow Maker. So I'll show you how you can make bows in this as well as bundles. Okay. So I'm going to do about a 6-inch loop. Pinch and twist as you come through. Make another 6-inch loop. Then I'm going to pull a nice long tail. I can always cut it shorter if I need to. Now I'm going to repeat the same pattern with this ribbon. Same thing with the white. And last but not least, this beautiful ribbon. So I just did a double knot. That loop is going to go right in the center. Take those ends around. Want to make sure your pipe cleaners are open in the back, and then tie it off in the back. Okay, so this is approximately what your bow should look like. You should have short tails on one side and your long tails on the other. I will do my final adjusting and the full trimming of my tails once I get it onto the wreath. I have my bow on and I'm really happy with it. I have all the short tails coming up here on this side, and then all of my loops and the long tails coming down. I kind of did a stair step, each one just a little bit longer than the one before. This one's out here. But I think that looks so pretty. I can clearly see my sign. I love all these colors for a beautiful winter wreath. There's snow place like home. What a fun, frosty, and crisp wreath for winter. I love all the different shades of blue and that adorable little snowman. What a fun and budget-friendly wreath with most materials, except for the ribbon, coming from Dollar Tree. Thanks so much for the visit. You know it's always appreciated. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.